Lovely viewers, once again welcome to my channel. I'm your brother David Nikwejani. If you are new here, kindly subscribe to my channel, Grace Well TV. Today we want to discuss on a subject I've entitled How to Have Affairs. Whenever we talk of affairs, what comes to mind? Cheating. And many people think that the only way they cheat is only by having extramarital affair or sleeping with someone aside their partner. But may I suggest to you, we have emotional affairs or emotional cheating. And let me outline some few of them of the emotional affairs. One, when you are too close to the opposite friend. Number two, you flirt online or offline. You have male friends or female friends, you discuss certain explicit topic and share explicit thoughts or videos or pictures with, and you fantasize and discuss about them. It's also a form of emotional cheating or emotional affair. Should your partner get to know of it, it becomes a problem. Thirdly, you are having an affair with your phone, and many of us are having affairs with our phone. When you wake up in the morning, what do you do first? Many of us, when we wake up in the morning, our phone is the first thing that comes to mind. We forget about our partner to even say good morning. So when you find yourself being addicted to your phone, that you wake up early in the morning and the first thing that comes to your mind is your phone, know that you are having an emotional affair. Number four, you complain to you complain about your partner to someone else. Yes, our partners may have fault, but the moment we go out there complaining to others and our partners are not happy, it's a way of cheating. It's a way of having emotional affair. We are not saying that do not report the flaws of your partner, but when this becomes too much, you create a signal, you create an insecurity, you create conflicts, and this is emotional affair you are having. Number five, you cross the line with strangers. You go out with your spouse or out there, or you are out there alone and you meet a stranger. It gives you a compliment, which your spouse never do that. By so doing, it puts you in an emotional state of affair. Number six, you having a secret friend or secret friendship. Many people are having secret friendship. There might be nothing physical between you, but for the fact that your spouse don't know of that person is an affair. Number seven, you dream of other lovers. Many of us are still dreaming about our exes or still fantasizing about our childhood experiences, or we have a celebrity we still phantom or think about. And this is also a form of emotional affair. Number eight, you don't stand up for your partner. Many of us cannot stand for our partners. The little thing, we condemn them. Even in public, if we want to stand for their right, we shut them down. So when you don't stand for your partner, it's a form of cheating. Number nine, you lie about your finances. Many partners or spouse are not clean about their finances. They have hidden everything. They are not ready to talk about it. They don't want their spouse to know about how much they have and what they have. These are all forms of emotional form of cheating. So, having said that, you'll agree with me that we end up playing with the emotions of our partners, which is also a form of cheating. So let's go to the topic of the day. How to have an affair. Affair is simply put a relationship. Some people try not to go it's physical, but platonic. Whichever way you want to call it, you can be in a platonic relationship. I'm still going to call it extramarital affair, whether platonic or not, because you have checked out of the marriage unknowingly. But it is in plain language. Anything that you could not do in the presence of your partner is cheating. Whatever you cannot do in the presence of your partner comfortably is cheating. I know there are some few people who think they can play it safe, but the majority got caught. In my research, why people cheat, I have heard people talk saying it's about packaging, better service, better delivery. It's all about taste for model. Some research has shown that 43% of men and 16% of women in relationship had cheated before. Sometimes the number is on the rise. The empowered woman, or currently the working class woman, would some time back society would frown upon not to have anything to do with other men, are more likely to fall victim of such, because now they have the power to do whatever they want. And that's why divorce rate is on the higher these days. Many of the divorce rate we have is because of extramarital affairs, not physical but emotional as well. Now, you realize that most of the men that are rushed to the hospital with erectile function or overdose of drug are men that were as a result of having marital affairs. And most cardiac death that happen during sex as happened as a result of extramarital affairs. So extramarital affair is common when one partner is depending more on the other financially for support. And so when you have a partner who is jobless or your partner has refused to work, the other partner is forced to get into extramarital affairs. Now, you see the funny thing that gays and lesbians want us to believe that sex is just physical. If sex was just physical, then why do we get hurt? I suggest to you today, affairs hurt because affairs is emotional and spiritual. When a man and a woman make love, we release oxytocins, hormones that help us to be bound together. That's why the Bible says sex should strictly be for a man and a wife, where emotional protection can be guaranteed. You see, the devil corrupts and corrupt what God has done. God created sex. This is not a Hollywood idea. You see, counterfeit looks like the original, but it's not. Seriously, it is not. In recent time, some couples do agree to the term of open marriage, but the Bible calls it adultery. Some people think they can indulge in open marriage. It's only cowards who want to go against the grain, but they want to look tread to be tread. In faction, they don't want to look like they are running out of style. In reality, style runs out. If you want to be relevant, the only way is to be eternal. It's only the word of God that's eternal. So if you want to be relevant, study the word of God. Let the word of God change you. Male and female were created by God, and He created them together, them as one. Meaning, gender is an idea of God. Therefore, shall a man leave his house and join to his wife, not the other man, not the other lady, or another fellow, but one man, one wife, in peace, joy, happiness, and that is the will of God. My people, beware of visitors, those who visit your home. Beware of those you talk to. Beware of those you have interactions with. Beware of such people. The first time some people had sex in their life was with people who were closer to them. Some was with close relative. So this is an advice to we parents. Whenever you are sending your children to a place to sleep over or to stay with someone, be careful who you are sending to and what are the values. Do you share the same value? So it tells us that look, when we get closer to someone or we entertain people too much, the probability of we engaging in extramarital affair, be it emotional or physical, is higher. So we should be very, very careful about that. So today, I'm going to share with you 10 aspects of this topic. It's going to be heavy, but I trust that God will help us to understand. We're going to look at these things. Why women cheat. 1. Number 2, why men cheat. Number 3, how to get into affairs. Number 4, signs of affairs. 5, post-affairs reactions. Number 6, consequences of an affair. 7, surviving after an affair. 8, how to affair-proof your marriage. Number 9, how to live after separation and divorce. Number 10, how to fight for your marriage. Number 1, why do women cheat? This is a very big question, and I've done some research with some few friends. Why do women cheat? Number 1, the absence of husbands. This absence creates an emotional loop. Let me tell you one thing. Let us not be deceived. Long distance marriage or your husband staying somewhere creates an emotional gap. And when someone identifies that and feels in, it will create problem. And that is why those of us who are in long distance relationship must make it an effort that you try your possible best to always be in constant communication and constant visit and constant phone calls. If possible, try to make it a point that in one point in time you stay together to curtail these things. So when there's a void, each partner will find solace in someone. Secondly, number 2, premarital affairs. Before some of us got married, we engaged in premarital affairs. This sends a signal to us that it's right to have an affair outside marriage. Also, because we had an affair or we had someone we fantasized, but unfortunately we didn't marry that fellow, in our subconscious mind, the kind of things he did with us or the kind of experience we had sexually, when we marry and we are not getting that sexual gratification from our partner, our mind plays us back and we want to have an experience of that, and that leads us into cheating. And this is the reason why some women cheat. I'm very careful. Some. Number 3, revenge. When a lady is in an abusive marriage, the husband is always beating, insulting, making her look very low or inferior. She also want to do something to pay the husband back. Many a times they don't see it that way, but the end of it is abusive. It's a revenge. The whole idea is revenge. Number 4, boredom. When a woman is idle, have nothing to do, she's bored, she will find refuge in something else, and the devil find work for an idle fellow. So when you are bored, get something to do. Watch television, read a book, join the social club. Number 5, adultery is on the higher side. Immorality is rising, and social media has painted adultery as nothing, and people want to try. The taste for such things is on the higher side. Number 6, the last of it. People are just promiscuous. They just want to last, to have the fun, the last. Number 7, superiority complex to show off. Some ladies want to show off. They want everybody to know that, oh, she has slept with this man. He knows the president. He knows the minister. They want to show off and count that, oh, this person I have been with. I know this man. Number 8, free lunch. And what do I mean by free lunch? When a lady wants things to be done for her. Today, our ladies want to be worshipped, want to be served at their workplace. They want people to do things for them. They want favors from friends. When their car breaks down, they will call people to come to their assistance. And when you keep on doing that, you open yourself to people, and people will test you. So be careful of free lunch. Number 9, attention. Many of our ladies want attention. In an office or at a workplace, they want to be noticed. That when the guys come, or they want to show to the girls that, oh, all the men are charmed by me. So they go to the length of even sleeping with the men to get that endorsement. Number 10, the greed for power. Some ladies are not ready to climb the job ladder or to go through the stairs, want to go in with the elevator. They want to get to the top. They want to get to the top, be financially powerful. So they'll do everything to sleep with men. Some want a job to secure their job. Some have targets to achieve. Some want to maintain their job. The power, the greed for money will make some wives or some partners to indulge in extramarital affairs. And this takes us to our second topic: why men cheat. And I want every woman or lady to open your ears and listen to this very careful. 1, sexual manipulation from the partner. When you deny your man sex, men don't want to beg for sex, or they don't even bother. So when you deny them, you force them to get it elsewhere. If they don't get physically attached, they'll get emotionally attached. So the reason why some men cheat is because their partners deprive them of sex. Number 2, low self-esteem. When a man is driven to the extreme, when a man suffer constant rejection or failure in life, his business is not working, he's due from promotion, he's being bypassed, things are not working for him, the mind is disturbed. So whoever he talks to and the person gives him a listening ears, he end up falling for that person. Also, when you constantly criticize your husband about his sexual life, such as you are too short, your mouth is too short, do something, genuinely you want to help him, but this help is as a result of your youthful fantasy, and you want to have a reflection of enjoyment. You have a good reason to help your marriage or your relationship, but when you push him further and make him feel more inferior, that, oh, he has a problem, mind you, you are forcing him to go and try elsewhere to see whether he is the problem or you are the problem. And this, I spoke to someone, he told me he cheated because the wife was always nagging about his sexual life, forgetting that he was going through financial difficulty. So when he went outside, he had perfect erection, he enjoyed it, and he concluded sex outside marriage was small pleasures. And I said, this is very bad. The devil has taken over. So you see, low self-esteem from job place and from the words of our wives can push a man to do such a thing. Thirdly, adventure, the lust of the flesh. So men just want to have an adventure. He has a beautiful wife, will go in for an ugly lady. He has a fair wife, will go for the black one. Has a Ghanaian, will go for a white. No matter what you do, it's in their DNA. That's how they are. Number 4, self gratitude or self reward. Some men, when they accomplish something high in life, they want to toast a party with their friend or drink a whiskey. Some want to celebrate their victory of a new job, a new car, a new house, a promotion, and then they go astray with a prostitute. To them, I'm celebrating my victory and success, and that is why they end up chasing other women. Number 5, full package in a woman. Some men can't just understand why God gave a particular woman all the character, the beauty which he is not seeing his wife. So to him, let me go for this package. Wow, can God create such a lovely woman and I don't have? Let me go in for this. So because of the package, what he's seen in some other lady, which is not seen in his wife, he's tempted to go in for. And lastly, to show off. Some men want to brag. I've been able to pull this lady down. I've been able to achieve this. I've been able to do this. And that is why some men sleep or cheat on their partners. So let's look at our third topic, how to get into affairs. I'm going to do this or go by this approach paradoxically, implying that these are the loopholes that we must look out for so that we don't end up destroying our own marriage. Number 1, if you want your partner to go into extramarital affair, number 1, break down the communication line. Don't talk to your wife. Ignore her. Ignore your partner. Don't chat. Don't do anything. Don't communicate. By so doing, you encourage him or her to go in for another person who will listen to him or her. Number 2, let pride overrule you. Many a times, we let our emotions overrule our senses. When we need to apply wisdom, we apply emotions and feeling. So let your pride overrule you, and you will enjoy premarital affairs. Refuse to adjust to number 3. Refuse to adjust to seasons and changes in your home. Example: when you have a new baby, let the baby be your priority. Don't ignore your partner. Or when there's a financial challenge or you are going through some financial difficulty, refuse to address them, refuse to solve them, refuse to talk about them. This will encourage extramarital affairs. Number 4, flattering the opposite sex. Have time and flatter others. Don't compliment your partner. Appreciate others. Share explicit pornographic materials with others. Entertain others more than your partner. Be encouraged or be moved with other people's marital problem, trying to solve them, neglecting yours. Have time for others and see what will happen. Number 6, associate with yourself with people who see immorality as normal or people who think marital affairs is normal. Number 7, keep watching explicit material. Keep watching pornographic videos. It will help you create a perfect ideal lover in your head, and one day you go looking for that fellow. So if you want to enjoy extramarital affairs, follow these rules. Indirectly, I'm telling you, these are the things or the signs you should look out for, or the things you shouldn't do, so that you don't land yourself in such situation. Having said that this leads us to our next topic, signs of an affair. I'm going to share with you some signs that you should look out for. Now, I want you to help you or save the stress of worrying about whether your partner is cheating or not. Some will go to the extent of hiring an investigator to monitor. Some will even go to the extent of going through their partner's phone. But mind me, what you find out will be shocking. If you go to your partner's phone, you may find messages that will shut you down. So sometimes it's better not to go to their phones. You see messages that will not go well with your spirit. For me, I can boast without any shame or doubt that if you take my phone today, you wouldn't find a single thing about me. Nothing in there hidden. So let's look at this signs. Number one, people who are cheating try to avoid eye contact. Mostly this happens in the initial stage, but with time, when they get used to it, don't mind. But in the initial stage, out of shyness, they find it difficult looking into your eyes directly. Number two, oversensitive with their phone. They put passwords to hide conversations so you don't see them. They always want to carry their phone to the toilet, to the bathroom. Yes, some want to read it, some want to read news in the bathroom or whatever, but some overdo it. They can't leave their phone and go outside. Their phone is always with them. The fear of being caught. Peradventure, a sudden text message will pop up. They are hiding something. Number three, they reduce communication to reporting events. There's no romance in their language. All they do is just complain. They get into the complain mechanical stage. All they do is to complain. Number four, they refuse to compliment one another. They don't see anything good in you. They don't appreciate you anymore. Number five, they get irritated with just minor issues, and conflict becomes the order of the day. Always fighting. Number five, they become very serious liars. They always want to come out or develop a lie or always lie to cover up. Number seven, they begin to cast doubt on their future. So they don't want to commit to any project. When you tell them, let's do this, they know their future is not guaranteed with you. So they are not ready to invest in your future or to start a project with you. Number eight, they never want to account for their money. If you ask them what do they do with their money, they won't tell you. Anybody in an emotional relationship or cheating find it difficult to disclose their account with you. They cannot account for their time. Number nine, they are always the first to leave the house and come home late. When it's an excursion, a job trip, they are the first to sign up for. They always want to go out of town, to be away from town, just to avoid you. Number 10, they get disinterested in sex with you. They don't want to have sex with you. Please note this. Don't conclude that your spouse is cheating on you by just the signs. Please don't say because I said this signs and you exhibit your husband or your wife doing them is cheating. Rather, when you see 5 or more of these signs are given out, then you should have the cause to be alarmed. There should be a cause to be alarmed. Then you should worry. That's the time you should find solution to your problem. So going through the pain of trying to investigate or get an investigator would not help you. Let me tell you, you will not be able to handle the evidence. It's better to deal with hearsay than evidence. Evidence will destroy you. For me, it nearly destroyed me. Upon seeing some things, it nearly broke me down. So evidence will destroy you. Because the absence of evidence is not the absence of cheating or the absence of the situation. If you believe in something, you don't need evidence. If you don't believe in the fellow, even that evidence will not be even sufficient with you. Trust me. So these signs will help you salvage the situation before it gets out of hand. Anytime I discuss with my friends, the question I hear is that, so should I confess to my wife whether I cheated or not? This is what my friends sometimes ask me. My answer: confession you must, but the timing is everything. Do not be in the rush to confess. You are already dishonest person. Confessing wouldn't make you right in the sight of your partner. So I would rather advise you wait until he or she is emotionally stable, and then you create an ice mood such that the two of you can handle it. Sometimes in the heat of this confession, both of you can go bananas, and there are two things that might end up in confession: you either break up or destroy things. But sometimes you must confess. Confess immediately when you stand a chance of transmitting sexual diseases to your partner. That you must confess, because if she gets to know or gets to know of it, healing becomes a problem. So in that case, if you cheated or you had sex outside marriage unprotected and you are not sure of yourself, it's better to tell your partner, I did this. Wait, let me run a test. The consequences, you deal with it later. That is your own cup of tea. So I will advise that don't just follow the signs I've given you. I said, when you see 5 or more of these signs, it calls for immediate action to save the relationship. Now to our next topic: post affairs reactions. After the affairs, your reactions. Number one, shock and shame. There's a shock, there's a shame. There's a contrast between what you want and what you believe about your partner and what you are. Number two, you blame yourself. You hold a pity party. You become bitter, and emptiness fills you up. Number three, you blame others. You blame your spouse for your own choice. You even blame the person you went astray with that he or she misled you. Number four, you become over possessive. You have vowed that she will never cheat on you, but because you cheated, she didn't drop you. So because of that, you find it difficult, and so become possessive. Anytime she tells you she's going out, or anytime you tell you I'm going out, you end up having that thought in your mind: he or she could be trying to play a vengeance game on me. Number five, the sense of relief. Now that you've been caught, you feel anything can happen. The damage is already caused. You don't care anymore. You feel some relief, but it's a delusion. It's a delusion. So these are the post reactions of an affair. Now let's look at the consequences of an affair. One, it can lead to permanent death in your family. Your family can shut down. You can die off. Two, affairs don't have to be destructive but constructive. Affairs don't mean that that's the end of the relationship. As a matter of fact, 50% of marriage survive affairs. Don't be too quick to quit. Take a moment and have a reflection. Come out strong and better change. Don't run away from the situation. Running away from the situation wouldn't make you win. Rather, it will cause more problem. Stay together and help each other. Try to solve the problem together. Number three, every marriage go through a breakup point. A marriage is strong at its weak point. Every master was once a disaster. Even giants falls. See, the ability for you to rise is how hard you fail. If a or how or the kind of material you're made of, if a glass ball falls, it will crack. But if a rubber ball falls, it will bounce back. So the greater the fall, the higher the chance of rising. So learn from the fall and rise up. Learn from it and rise up. And this leads us to our next point: surviving the affair. After it has happened, how to survive it. Number one, take responsibility. If you have to go on your knees, do that and repent and don't repeat that again. And ask yourself, what is the point that your partner also played in this? Seriously, sometimes I must sound contradictory, but sometimes our partners also played a role in this. But let us take full responsibility. Let us not blame others. Go to God and pray. Know that God is the one that is able to help us to recover. Number two, avoid the emotional hijack. Don't let your brain take away your emotional brain. Trouble comes. Yes, they do come. But what do? You must be able to work it out. Focus on what you can change. Prepare for the storm. Focus on what to do. Number four, master yourself. Driven by greed and self-control wouldn't help you. Know yourself, master yourself, so that you can survive after the affairs. You see, the thing is, what you do privately will betray you publicly. What we feed our minds with gradually will show in the public light. What we fear, you see, our five senses, what we touch, what we smell, what we taste, what we listen to, will one day play back to us. So to survive breakup, know what you consume to yourself. Number five, become accountable. Be accountable for everything that has happened. There's a need for total overhauling. You need to rework on things to make sure it doesn't happen again. And this takes us to our last point: how to prove or to safeguard your marriage from an affair. How to prove your marriage. Number one, be together all the time. See, physical distance actually creates emotional distance. Period. Let us not deceive ourselves. Most of us in a long distance relationship are creating emotional distance for ourselves. It's either I'm fooling myself or he's fooling me emotionally. When you are down, you will need someone to talk to. So when you call your partner and he doesn't pick, or you might find someone to talk to and you might find solace to. So please let us try to stay together. For me, I'm planning that I'll try to get close to my wife sometime soon. Two, be ready for growth. Be deliberate on growth. Many have good intentions to marry. They married with good interests, but they forget to develop. They develop their personal interests. Now they don't play together. They don't commit to education. They don't go for marriage seminar. They don't go for vacations. They don't do things together. Commit to growth. Number three, don't test your mortal bodies. We are not cold-blooded. We are warm-blooded animals. So don't think you are safe. Don't get so close to the opposite sex. Don't entertain the opposite sex. If you are not a married counselor, to handle certain situations. Don't get so close to some people. In fact, don't entertain them in your room alone. Don't meet them openly. When they invite you, meet them at places where people can see you, so that you don't put yourself to test. Don't ever boast or trust yourself. Never think that the devil is very smart. Anything can happen. Number four, act like your spouse is watching you. And that has been my mind. I always ask, hey, if my wife sees me, what if my wife is watching me? I behave like my wife has a camera on me, and that will help you not to cheat. Assisting the opposite to, don't assist the opposite sex in solving their problem without the help of your husband. In anything you want to do, if you want to help someone, let your husband be aware with. If a friend, a female friend or a male friend is going through emotional problem or marital problem, and you are in the position to help the fellow, let your husband be aware of. Get your husband involved. And to our last topic, this we don't want to hear, but it's a reality. How to live after separation and divorce. I know God disliked divorce. Moses gave the right to divorce, but Christ gave a story about that. Now, understand something. The absence of war is not peace. Sometimes you can see two people quiet, but there's something going on wrong. People live together for different reasons. Don't admire them unless you're one of them. So, after divorce, these are the things you can do. Try to play flashbacks why you separated. Naturally, we ask ourselves, why? Why did he cheat? Where did I go wrong? But it's more important not to focus on the relationship. Ask yourself, how, where did we meet? What made us start all over? What made us start a relationship? How was our heydays? What made us go wrong? What was our differences? You should be able to ask yourself this question. Number two, try to bury everything in the sea of forgetfulness. Don't keep repeating what went wrong to yourself. When you start blaming yourself or repeating it, your mind captures it, and then in the future it becomes an asset, and this will even hurt you when you get into a next marriage. Number three, plan for critical area of your life. Your children. Ask yourself, whom are they going to be with? Why? How are you going to take care of them? How are you going to celebrate their birthdays? Two, plan for your financial life. You know that sometimes back, some was supporting. Now we are no more. You have to do things by yourself. You end up being a single father, a single parent. You have to do all by yourself. So know the kind of possible sacrifices you must make. You also have to factor in relatives, friends. Who are those that must know every details about what went wrong? Number four, plan your personal time. You see, when people get into divorce, what they do is that they waste their time in alcohol and drugs, thinking that will solve the problem. It wouldn't solve the problem. It wouldn't. So, to say this, how to fight for our last and foremost topic, how to fight for your marriage. You see, today marriage is on attack. The devil is corrupting marriage and is destroying the moral system of our generation. So for us to protect our marriage so that we don't cheat, first of all, we must win the battle in our mind. Whatever we focus or believe in our mind, we might have it. So let us try to deal with the conflict in our mind. If you believe you have obstacles, you have obstacles. So let's win the battle, the marriage battle in our mind. Number two, keep your marriage from intruders. Family, know that Children are intruders. They are part of your family, not your marriage. You married your spouse, not your kids. So don't let your children come in between your marriage. Don't let your family, your mother-in-law and other relatives come in between your marriage. The only person that have the right to come into your marriage is God. Don't allow third parties to come into your marriage. Don't allow friends, too much friends, close friends, to get into your marriage. If not, you see, many of us as entertain emotional friends. We have so glued to one particular person. Someone might be going to challenge, but you went to help the person, and then you end up becoming emotional attached. You feel for the person, but psychologically there is that emotional thing, and when your spouse gets to know of it or hear of it, it creates insecurity. Or when something has ever happened in the past, when your husband sees you going out, he feels this is what is going to happen. So please let us not entertain intruders. Let's know our limit, the kind of friends we entertain, the kind of family we entertain, the kind of materials we read, the kind of material we watch. If we want to save our marriage, we don't want our marriage to end up in divorce, or we don't want to find ourselves cheating, let us win the battle in mind. And lastly, let us pray together. A family that prays together grows together. God created marriage. You have a problem, go to God and pray. And I tell you, my brothers, if you go by this I've shared with you, trust me, you will not cheat. But let's know and let us not deceive ourselves that from what I've shared, we are all guilty. We've all, one way or the other, have cheated on our spouse. Not physically per se, but emotionally, we have cheated. On this note, I want to end, but I say, God help us. It's my prayer that God will help us to stand strong and to love our spouse. And every mistake that we've made, we will not repeat them. By this video, we will learn and be able to respect and to love our partners only and to be for them at all times. May God bless us. May the peace of God help us to be faithful husbands and wives. Thank you very much. Love my video, share my video. I urge you to write your comment below. My name is David Nikwejani. Not everything I could explain detail. If you have a problem, you want me to coach you or to give you counsel on certain things, get in touch with me and I'll be glad to help you. Thank you very much. Thank you for staying with me. Shalom. Bye.